Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can. And I continue with Thief 2, Shadows of the Metal Age, Blind. Now, I am still at the hotel, and I am a bit concerned that I might have knocked out a guy that I was supposed to talk to regarding Kedar, but I still have a couple of places to explore on the lower floor, so I... Ah, great, that's the bugged one. I hope he calms down before he really brings anyone on my head. I'll explore those places first, and hopefully the mission is still doable. Because, you know, I would loathe to start it over, because it's a pretty large hotel. There's like 2,000 loot that I've gathered so far, and I'm pretty sure it's not all of it anyway. So, you know, I would feel bad if it turned out I have to redo all of that. But before I go to such drastic motions, let me just explore the rest of it. I'm pretty sure this is that one guard that is bugged and cannot be knocked out, unless he's the one I'm supposed to be talking to. In which case.
Go ahead, Taffer.
That's kind of possibly worse, because have I not? Okay, I guess I haven't saved since. Because he's clearly pretty cross with me. Oh, are you that guy?
And I went down to port to see
Difficult to say. It is possible, because I cannot knock him out and he doesn't seem to be...
And we went walking gaily.
Well, Yeah, I'll leave him be for now. I am kind of lost with regards to how to get back down. What was it again? 1737, I think? 1737, yes. And that should disable most, if not all, of the security, which is definitely going to be a huge help. Lord Wittismon, Mary Eleonora, Archduke Damer, Duchess Alexandra Kurenov, Lord Bafford, which is a character from Thief 1, Madame Denier, Lord Julian Rutherford, which is a character from Thief 3, Lord Gervasius, again from Thief 2, Lady Louisa, Lady Van Vernon from Thief 2, Joseph Fieldstone, the Bumblesons, Evel de Ravencourt, the Rothschilds, Frederick and Penelope, Lady Carlisle, Lord Carlisle, Lord and Lady Ramford, Sir Allard Macrellis, Lady Elizabeth Rutherford, Mr. Dwight Fryer, Lord Severine, Master Warrenhorse, Sir Randall Smith, Duke Wundle, Ballroom Reservations, Lecturers for the Culture Seminary, Lady Sharod Sand, Count Cezanne, Bora Horza, Kobachul, Dr. Vosil, the Borford anniversary part, Mr. Urdo, St. John of Borford, Mr. Oren, Mr. Caspar Orfel, the delegation from San Siro, Lord Albertini, Lord Maldini, Lord Baresi, Lord Costa Curta, the diplomatic delegation from the Ring Council, Lord Lang, Lord Alfriel, Lord Culgane, Lord Wellspring. So is this the front door? Yes, it is the lobby, okay. To be honest, it doesn't actually help me as much as I would have liked. Because I'm not sure who that Finkel guy is, or where to find the manager's key. Mm-hmm. Wait, shouldn't it be disabled? Oh, it is disabled now. Are you Finkel by any chance?
I got you now.
Clearly you're not.
Was that supposed to hurt? Ow.
In a hotel safe room, please see receptionist for access. Yeah, the problem is, I don't know where that guy is. You know, once upon a time, hotel manager Finkel. So okay, so he's not a guard; he's the manager. But where do I find him at this hour? Office key. Would that be for the manager's office? Because I'm at a bit of a loss about what to do now. Okay, so that's Finkel, and I have this note that he might be interested in.
Come here. Let me see that.
Hey, Finkel! Sheriff Truitt sent you a servant named Kadar. Where is he?
Well?
I don't know. I didn't know they had names.
Did you know that they're people? They have families. They have feelings.
I don't know if I can help you. There are so many, and they only have numbers.
It just so happens that I've got some numbers too. And they show how much of the owner's money you've blown at the Overlord's fancy. I'm sure they would be very interested to see those numbers.
I'm keeping track of the debt so I can pay it back. I never intended to steal it.
I'm sure they'll believe you.
Okay. I've got a register here. Truitt donated a servant last week, but it says that he kept disturbing the guest, moaning something that sounded like sire or sayer or some nonsense. Our housekeeping department has put him in the basement. to work on the boilers. Now please give me my receipt back.
Not so fast. How do I get into the basement?
Here's the key. Oh, my heart. Oh.
What? Did you just die of a heart attack? And I guess he isn't saying sire. He's saying Zea, because Zea is like a there is a diminutive of that she used when she was a kid, and it sounds something like sire or sayar or whatever. It was mentioned in the very first mission. That's actually pretty cool. I didn't sort of catch on it when it was written, but I realized it now when he said it. It's pretty cool. Oops. Didn't want to do that. Who is that, by the way? Is that like the Baron with the scepter? Because that isn't Karas, that's for sure. How could I do it again after what happened last time? Another 12 grand by the drain yesterday at the Fancy. I played Gilardo in London. I was so close to the big one. Next time luck must be on my side. If there is a next time, that is. I'm sure they have rigged around the roulette tables. How else could I have been so desperately unlucky over and over again? My heart can't take much more of this. Every time I see Casagrande, it feels like it's going to pound itself to death. My debt is now 53,000. How could I have been so careless? I must go back next week and hope my luck will turn to the better. How else can I pay my debts? I have already taken far too much from the hotel coffers. If I go on, the owners are bound to find out. I had to shut down the cameras to get to the safe a few times, and Casagrande is getting suspicious. The last thing I need is the attention of the city watch, especially that damn Truard. I don't like the way he looks at me sometimes. And that servant. Why did he give it to me? Was it meant to spy on me? It keeps saying sire, sire. What the hell does that mean? Well, certainly won't spy on me and putting it in the kitchen until it rots. None of us civilized folks ever go down there. I need to get out of this business. I should have listened to my father and become a foot doctor. I've got to take some extra dried frog pills for my pounding heart. Well, actually, wouldn't you know how to get into the safe? Like, if you're doing that on a regular basis. Because that's the only place I haven't been in. I guess I think I'm going to just grab Kedar and run. Where exactly was the basement though? Over here? Yeah, that was a colossal waste. And the basement itself is huge. Like, I thought it's going to be like a single room or a couple of rooms, but it's like this huge sprawling area. Okay, it's just this just loops back. Oh, okay. So this is the map for the basement. So there should just be a straightforward path to the servants' quarters. Machine room. I think I might just run. Because the other one has spotted me anyway. Although this room is entirely this room seems to be entirely pointless when viewed as a stepping stone to where I ultimately need to go, because the direction is completely different. Like, I need to go sort of east, which I guess would be this way, but not from... Okay, there was just this very obvious door here the entire time. Well, leave it to me to be entirely clueless.
Just my overactive imagination again. Must be seeing things now.
The new servant was sent down this morning. Finkel's so adamant about having those servants do all the work here, guess he couldn't stand to have one follow him home, even if it was a gift from Truard. It seems just like all the others, to me. It looks like the others, moves like the others, and acts like the others, and most likely it is just as incapable of logical thought. I'll see if it understands anything tomorrow. I was wrong. The new one is unlike the others of its kind. It babbles endlessly like the others, of course, but here and there something else is audible. I'm not sure, but I think it's saying sire. Does it belong to a nobleman? It sounds terribly sad, I don't know why. Just like the others. After all, the new one didn't understand when I tried teaching it the basics of chess. Damn, it gets so lonely down here. Attention scullery workers. All workers must stay away from the wine cellar until pest control can be scheduled. Kevel was bitten yesterday and went home swollen up and red as a tomato. We have important functions this week and can't afford to lose any more help. I guess that's him. Will you stay here? where am I? Oh, that's a very good question, actually. Okay, that's a brilliant route for escaping with Kedar. I wonder if I can blow up the door right here. It worked on one door in the past, so I think it's worth trying. Okay, I think I'll let it go then, because I don't know how to open it, and I don't care that much. Like, you know, I would like to see what's in there. But unless it's just another... Okay, so that's even better. Come on. Okay. That's a weird trigger. Wow. Wow. I missed 1,000 loot and 4 secrets. That's pretty hardcore, but it is what it is.
I carried Kedar back to Malak's castle in the dead of night. After avoiding the tight security in the hotel, it felt almost too easy slipping past the guards. The sheriff really should be more careful. Kedar has regained consciousness, if that's the word. Sometimes I can catch a glimpse of my old cousin behind the metal mask, but most of the time he is changed, foreign to me. Malak has been busy while I was away, gathering information. It's amazing how much he has dug up in such a short time. Turns out there still might be something I can do for Kadar. There is a cure, Malak tells me, hidden in the bowels of a ruined hospital in a part of the city that lies behind the barricades. The old hospital was run by an order of healers from faraway land, but when the barricades were erected by the Hammers in order to prevent the entire city from being overrun by undead, the hospital was closed off from the rest of the city and has been inaccessible ever since. The healers, who served a deity called Amaris, possessed a powerful relic, a set of scales, which granted them the ability to cure even the most fatal disease, and it is rumored, in some cases, even to raise the dead. Malak believes that these scales may help Kadar, so I must find them. Once inside, I must be prepared to deal with the undead. Malak knows that the hospital is haunted, but he couldn't tell me more than that. But that doesn't change anything. I'll find the scales and get the hell out of there. I thought I'd never see Kadar again, and now I have a chance to save him. I must not fail him this time.
Okay, so the cure. Make your way through the ruined city and find an entrance into the abandoned hospital. The scales of Amaris are your only hope of saving Kadar. Find them. Malak has told you that the priests and priestesses of the hospital each kept a precious stone as a symbol of their faith. Find both of them. Once you have completed your other objectives, get back to the city gate. Okay, so I'm facing undead in this mission. So to be honest, fire arrows would be useful. I think flash bombs might work on undead, although that might be only in Thief 3. I don't remember. Okay, I should be able to climb this.
Get to the bottom of this lest our superiors hear of it.
So there are some humans here, unless that was a ghost that just spoke. Volume 3, Entry 1. This morning I received a message. One of the healers from the other side of town, Sendor, has discovered some sort of artifact there. He has asked for our help. Strange it seems that he would write to us, the Hammers. These healers seem to value secrecy and can't say that they seem to like us when we questioned them upon their arrival all those weeks ago. And I can't help to admit the feeling is mutual. I have long suspected they are up to some type of mischief. I have heard they erected statues of some sorts. Could they be religious? Pagan, perhaps? Or is it possible that they worship that heathen god, Ninjala? Perhaps this Sendor has come to his senses and will give us license to terminate their activities. It seems that the hospital is plagued by foul undead. Many of the recently deceased do return from their graves to haunt the healers. We must act swiftly. I have commandeered the local tavern and gathered here with my brethren to make final plans before storming the gates. It makes me despair how arrogant those healers are. That priestess, when we questioned her before, she dared tell us that we were the ones who do not understand, that we do not understand their ways, and they do not practice the black arts. Oh, we understand only too well how clever words and hollow phrases can twist the minds of the weak. I regret that we have waited so long to act. No good shall ever come of irreligion, even if it does take the guise of a healer. Okay, that's a ghost for sure. But before I go any deeper this way, okay, it is kind of problematic. So he stood up upon a reload, but he's blocking the way. There was passage up to the tower, and I wanted to explore that before moving forward. Okay, not much of a tower really. Just, you know, a single chalice and that's it. Yeah, the single chalice is always something. There are corpses hanged upside down here. Which probably isn't a great sign. Okay, so this just goes back here.
Come, my brothers, swing together! Bring down this wretched waste of existence!
It's quite a large place. I don't really know where to go first.
That looks familiar. Linjala. But Moloch told me that the healers worshipped a deity called Amaris. Could they be one and the same?
Well, you know, I'm pretty sure the name Amaris was mentioned in some of the cutscenes that were connected with the culture from which Zaya came. You know, the Egyptian themed cutscenes. Account of Alinaya, priestess of the healers. We arrived late at night. The clouds had finally burst and sea and sky were as one, but there was no lack of people in the harbor. It seems this place never sleeps. we were greeted by a delegation of the Hammerites, the religious order we had been expecting. The advice from the goddess proved valuable. We met their aggressive inquiries the way she told us. We spoke the truth and told the Hammerites that we had come to help their city. They seemed confused when they realized we did not seek to convert anyone to our faith, and that we only sought to help those in need. Their high priest was very hostile, a hard, rough man by the name of Bortold. Goddess save us. Having only docked about a week ago, we already had to lie to the Hammerites. Linjala, it seems, is a figure tantamount to the god of their pagan enemies. It seems that the belief does not align with their faith, that any belief that does not align with their faith is viewed as heresy by them. These ignorant men will stop at nothing to convert others to their religion, and they seem to crush anyone who stands in the way. For now, we must travel under the guise of Amaris, the lesser healer, lest we become victims to this ignorance. That name is unknown to them, and consequently we may be safe, if only for a little. Having searched every nook and cranny of the old quarter, we may have finally stumbled upon a building that will suit our needs. The people here are poor, desolate, and desperate. In many ways, this vacant building still reflects that hopelessness. Most of the buildings in the area are too small, too ruined, or otherwise inhabited by squatters and the homeless. What have the Hammerites done to better the people of the city? If the streets reflect the conditions of it, truly there is no hope in the Hammerite way. We have moved into the ruin. I cannot speak as to why it was abandoned, but it looks to have been a school for magicians, or mages, as they are called on this shore. Many of the others were against it, fearing some vague superstition, but no matter its purpose in the past, we shall rebuild it as a hospital we envisioned. We are healers. If we can mend flesh and bone, and even mind, we can also heal the wood and stone of these old halls. Amaris will guide our hands, and it will be done. Find out what happened to the hospital by locating the rest of Almaya's diary. No, I think those are the storm.
This must be it. The way in.
Oh no, those must be the soul elementals that one guy mentioned. But I don't remember how to fight them. Which might be kind of problematic. What a good guy that ghost is. Lighting lanterns for me so that I can see the surroundings. I'm not entirely sure what's that for. I don't remember how to fight them, which is kind of a problem. Okay. Apparently being hit with 2 fire arrows seems to do the trick, but that seems like a very costly way of dealing with those. Not gonna lie. Okay, so maybe it's just one arrow at point blank. What? What happened? Okay, I'll take this. The zombies I will just ignore for now. They are slow and clumsy enough. Though I think it's borderline pointless to waste resources on them. Okay, it seems for now the staircase is my only choice. East Garden. Account of Alinaya. Fall is rapidly approaching, and I fear it may be dark. The Hammerites have heard wild rumors about our work. They seem to believe that we are performing resurrections, calling the dead back. But they do not understand. I hold little hope that we shall be able to explain. At the very least, they will attempt to run us out of the city. More dark news. An unknown wasting disease is spreading like wildfire in the city. Already people are lining up in the streets outside the gates. We have trouble just helping those already in our care. How can we hope to do anything for thrice that number? O Amaris, help these people. We are too few and do not possess your wisdom. The Hammerites appeared at the gates today, but unlike many and the sick and dying people gathered outside, they sought neither solace nor counsel. Alas, they are indeed determined to shut down the hospital, and none of our arguments seem to touch them. How can they be so indifferent to the suffering of others? They were only a company of 4, apparently residents of the district, but they were determined to get inside. We had to lock the doors to prevent them from hurting anyone. When the Hammerites attempted to break down the gates, something extraordinary happened. My mind became clouded, and though scarcely conscious, I saw some strange force bellow forth from the ground and smash the doors back towards the Hammerites. They scattered like ragdolls as the iron gates blew them backwards. Bruised and broken from the impact, they retreated, vowing to return with Borthold, the high priest. It was not until the others approached that I realized I was gripping the scales tightly in my hand. What could this mean? I must pray to Amaris to guide me in the dark days ahead. And I must say, if you wanted the Hammerites to tolerate you, you've kind of done a remarkably bad job at convincing them to do that. Okay, this goes back down. And last night, one of the new ones, the young, strong lad Rinus, spoke while suffering from a heavy fever. It was most remarkable. He whimpered, "Don't tell them, please don't tell them. They mustn't know, they wouldn't help me. There was nothing I could do. The builder says that lying is a terrible sin, but I had to do it. Don't let them find me and take me back. I think we have a hammer among us, but he deserves all the help he can get, if he truly has turned his back on those terrible people. Maybe I would better move him to one of the upper holes, in case the hammers come back. It would be sad indeed if they recognized him." I can also turn gas arrows into like flammable gas, which is something that I should probably remember. No. What's the difference? I am pretty confused by the layout. You know, it's dark and rather disorienting.
Those must be the scales.
Okay, I seem to have an idea of how to flee. Okay, I'll take this. Oh, okay, that was a bad moment to save. But I think I'll still take this. Not that I have much of a choice, really, to be honest, because I quick saved as I got hit. Alenia remains strong, but my courage seeps from me as blood from a wound. We are surrounded on all sides, the undead within and the Hammerites without, both seeking to bring death to our vision and our lives. I have denied the Hammerites the opportunity to profit from their aggression and greed. The precious Tungtin gem has been hidden safely in the darkness of the garden. They will find naught in this tower but humble furnishings of a simple priest in the service of others. The Hammerites must have breached the walls by now, so I await them in the knowledge that Linjala's sovereign will, that in Linjala's sovereign will, evil must triumph over peace for this brief moment. I do not question her plan, but only await my promised reward for faithful service in her care. I hear shouting in the courtyard, yet not the sound of metal on metal, as in a true battle, more the sounds of hellish slaughter, as flesh is met with an iron hammer. It is no consolation that the sickening sound of crunching bone could just as well be undead as it could be my brothers and sisters. In the end, all here will be laid to waste under the grinding force of the hammer and the howl of the damned. Curse this wretched shore on which we have met our fate. Okay, so one of the gems is in the garden, you're telling me. That's good to know, I guess, although the map is not really that helpful. There was a place labeled garden inside. It was specifically called garden and then a cardinal direction. So it seems to me there would be a couple of those gardens, possibly. A dining hall. The end draws near. My dreams are troubled, and I see dark signs and omens wherever I look. Something terrible will happen, and soon. Alenia knows the nature of my dreams, but still her ears are deaf to my words of warning. She tells me that whatever storm lies in the wait in the days to come, we will weather it, and that the harder it hits us, the more shelter we shall provide for the poor people of the city. Must my every word be oil on her already too bright fire? The city is dying. So many have been wasted away already, and still others keep coming. Surely Alenia must now see that even the mercy of Amaris and the miracles of the scales won't be enough. We must leave the city or be pulled down with it when it falls. This morning, how can I possibly describe what happened? How can mere words suffice? The dead are rising from their graves, coming back to haunt us. I knew this place was unholy. I knew it in the moment that I struck my own hand in the chapel. It is more than my blood upon my hands now. It is too late and we cannot get out. If only Alenia had let the Hammerites in when she had the chance. We will die here, trapped like rats in this place of loss. Alenia is dead. Borthold slew her in his rage when he arrived. The hand that has struck her down may as well have been my own, since I am the one that has called the Hammerites back here. Why did she not attempt to use the scales? They would have protected her. She knew she would die, and yet she did nothing. I ask myself, in her position, would I have used them, knowing their unholy origin may have saved my pitiful life? Borthold is outside now. I must go to the chapel with him, but he will never have the scales. They are not for him to take. Whatever forces led me to uncover them have trapped us inside this terrible place. We will all most surely die here. This was labeled as a garden, East Garden, and I must say this seems incredibly suspicious to me, but seemingly no way to interact with it, so I am a bit confused. You know what? I just looked at the timer, and this episode has been a little too long already. So I will pause here, and I will try to look for the other things next time. For now, that's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.